The first thing anyone should know how to make from their pantry is bread. I'm going to show you the easiest 4-ingredient recipe using steps 1 and 2. I wanted to show everybody how easy it is to make bread. There are so many types of bread recipes, so many good ones, but I like this one because it is so easy. My big thing is I feel like what's in your cupboards you can make mostly out of 4 ingredients. So I wanted to show you this bread really quick, the 4 ingredients that you gotta have for sure. You gotta have your flour, sugar, oil, and eggs. And all this stuff I just call my staples because you always have to have this in your cupboard. We all have spices and salt, should have yeast always in your cupboard. So these are my staples. You use them hundreds of times over. They're not the main part of a recipe. So I want to quickly show you how to do this bread, show you how quick it is, how easy, and I'm going to show you all the things you can make with it when we're done. So all you use is water from your sink. I just get it as hot as you can so it's steaming. Just put that water, it's 2 1/4 cups. Put your water in, and then I have oil, 3/4 cup oil. And you can mix this in a big bowl with a spoon or a wooden spoon. I have a 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, and then I'm going to add my yeast, so 4 tablespoons yeast. You don't need to rise it first like most breads. Just stick it in your mixture. And then 2 eggs. You put that in last. Add 7 cups of flour. I just add 1 at a time. I put a towel around my mixer, or you do it with a spoon by hand. And I'm going to show you if you do it by hand, actually how to knead it. It's pretty easy. You just got to get used to the process. I'm going to put the 7 cups of flour in. Okay, so I want to show you real quick what it looks like. So this is what it looks like, right? Now if you have a KitchenAid, you're going to put in your bread beater and mix it for 10 minutes. That's how you get that elasticity in your bread, makes it easy to cut, hold your bread together. If you don't have a mixer, you got to knead it by hand. So once you get everything mixed, I'm going to show you how to knead bread. Flour your hands so it doesn't stick all over your hands. I'm just going to take a portion of mine out. So you put all your dough on here. More flour on my hands. And then you just start folding it. So kneading is basically fold and push. Fold from the other side and push. Fold and push. Fold and push. Fold and push. Fold and push. Get more flour so it's not sticky. Fold and push. And you do it just from every angle. Fold and push. And you do this for 10 minutes. So just put your timer on. Do it for 10 minutes. I'm going to have my beater do it since I have the beater. And then I'll show you what to do afterwards. 10 minutes of kneading is up. I just kind of want to show you this dough so you know the good consistency. So the kneading created that elasticity, right? To make it really stretchy, soft. That's what makes your bread good and makes it sliceable and soft and fluffy. So this is really good. This is what your bread should look like. Just nice and elasticy. Okay, I'm going to teach you a trick. Oil will help this bread not stick to you. So just kind of lather your hands with oil as you're getting it out of the pan. And then you can really control your bread good. I just always think it's so amazing that literally 4 ingredients plus my salt and yeast, I can make bread. And today I'm going to teach you how to make rolls, bread, and cinnamon rolls, all from this right here. I'm going to make 3 different things today. My family's going to love me. This can make probably 3 big loaves of bread. This recipe that I just shared with you. 3 big loaves. But I'm going to make 1 loaf and then a pan of cinnamon rolls and a pan of rolls. So I'm going to divide this by 3. The thing with bread is it's better to cut because when you pull it and break it, it kind of breaks that elasticity and makes it not hold together as well when you bake it. My mom taught me that trick. So as I'm making this, growing up, if you guys have all listened to my stories and all about my mom, Marlene's Matcha with Food Storage, I was in charge of the bread making growing up. And I always had to make the wheat bread. And so I'm an expert. So for 12 kids, I made bread every single week for them. But we would add, if you want to add wheat to this, do half and half. Do half wheat flour, half white flour. Otherwise it's really dense and really doesn't taste that good. Okay, so I'm just forming this into like a big ball. I'm kind of pinching the ends on the bottom. So the bottom, just pinch it. Just make a ball, pinch it, pat it, and then just kind of roll it to the shape of your pan like this. This is going to be a nice big loaf. Just roll it, and then you just stick it right in my pan, like that. And now I want to raise it double the size before I cook it. It'll probably take 15-20 minutes. I always turn my oven on first because the heat helps it rise quicker. So I'll put it on my oven, put a towel over it, and let it double in size. And then with bread, you're going to cook for 30 minutes or until it's nice and golden brown on top. Okay, second part, let's teach you how to make dinner rolls. I loved watching my mom make dinner rolls for some reason growing up. I just thought it was so cool. Maybe you'll think the same thing, but it's so fun to make dinner rolls. Get your hands nice and greasy, and all you do is pinch and form little balls out of this dough. So I have this dough. I'm just going to pinch off with my hands a little ball. Stick it in my pan. Do it again. Pinch off. Put them about that far apart. When they rise, they're going to end up sticking together. They'll be pull-apart rolls. You can do them farther apart, and then they'll just be round rolls, not pull apart. The last piece, you just kind of do like a loaf of bread. Just make it into a ball and pinch the bottoms. There's my dinner rolls. And let that double or a little more in size, and then we'll bake them for 20 minutes at 350. I love this part because I get my kids to help me. It's a little bonding time. I get my nieces to help me. My sons help me. This is a fun part. So Emily's going to help me today. She loves making cinnamon rolls with me. So here's our last of the 3 pieces we made. You see it's already risen a bit. Just so you know, the best way to make bread or anything is to let your dough rise first and then punch it back down before you make your bread, your rolls, your cinnamon rolls. But honestly, if you're in a hurry and just want to get it done, don't worry about it. Just get it right in the pan and start baking it. Okay, so cinnamon rolls. We're going to do the same thing as our bread, just make a little rectangle. Put it on a floured surface so it doesn't stick. Get lots of flour on your bread. Flour on your rolling pin. Then you're going to roll this into a big rectangle. And you can kind of hear and see the bubbles of the yeast. You just pop them as you roll. And to see how elastic it is, that's actually really good too. So you just keep playing with your dough. I usually do it long ways first so I can get my length. Do it long ways and then start pushing it out like this. Kind of just form it into the best of a rectangle. Just finish rolling it, just stretch it out a little bit. There you go. That's perfect. Okay. Perfect, that looks good. Okay, now the inside is really easy. It's melted butter. I just melted probably 1/4 of a cup of butter. And you dump this down the center and spread it around. So why don't you dump that for me? You know how to do that. And we'll spread it around. Go into spatula to finish spreading it. As she's spreading that, I just mixed probably 2 tablespoons of cinnamon with a half a cup of sugar. And I also like, I didn't pull it out today, but after I do this, I like sprinkling brown sugar on it too. It kind of gives it more caramely inside. I'll put a little bit of brown sugar. Awesome, that looks good. Okay, so start sprinkling this. I'll start and then you can finish. So you just sprinkle all the cinnamon sugar mixture. You want to finish it? All across the dough. You can sprinkle more over here. Let me finish that off. The more the better. The more the yummier. Okay, if it's thick in some places, just spread it around. Okay, what do we do next, Ams? Remember?
No.
Start at the top and do that. Alright, okay, so you start on that side. We're just going to start making a big roll. And then, so our family's tradition, you want to start doing it, do about that thick each one. And then we just cut them in big pieces. And so I'll cut it all the way through. And then you just place them in. All my pans have been buttered and floured. I think I forgot to say that. But just like the rolls, just put them side by side. Like this. Ooh, these are going to be good, thick ones. And again, let these double in size. And then these you cook for 20 minutes on 350 also, or until they're just a little golden brown. Okay, looks good. Okay, they're ready to bake. I'll show you what they all look like after they've risen. Okay, look how good these turned out, our cinnamon rolls. I just want to show you real quick how to make a quick, easy frosting, and then we'll show you all of our food. So really quick, and I mostly eyeball it, but I melted 1/4 cup of butter, and then I just add powdered sugar until it's the consistency I want. I'm gonna add add 2 cups. So 1 cup of butter, 2 cups. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of vanilla. Teaspoon and a half. And then the milk is what fluffs it up. I'm gonna add a tablespoon or 2 of milk. And beat it on high until it gets the nice consistency that I want for vanilla frosting. I add some more milk, make it a little thinner. Like this. I only did kind of a half a batch because we just have a little bit of cinnamon rolls. And then you just generously spread it on top.